presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. Tonight, the Lombardi Trophy's in the building, and we've got a fight to see who's gonna raise it. Between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more likely is going to come away with the win.
So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. It's Pacheco again. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Chiefs looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes Matt Araiza to handle it. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one, headed for the sideline. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016, who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's the end of one here in Super Bowl 59. Couple of zeros on the... Welcome back. The team is set, so let's get back to it. 2nd quarter of Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. They have second down behind the sticks. The ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the Chiefs.
Well, that was such a nice run with great explosiveness and vision to get free. But you saw who's moving near the end of that kick. You almost felt like a little fatigue set in, and that created the opening. What do they say about fatigue? Make cowards out of all men. I'll tell you what fatigue does on a football field. You can lose the ball security and the ball just like that.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. This is Elliott running right. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. And it's the Cowboys looking at 2nd and 1. From the 32. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception and just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get some late points and the lead. CeeDee Lamb with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Hardman with a return. A poor return there. He only gets to the 15 before he's tackled. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Dumped off to his running back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Blitz coming, Mahomes. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pressure coming for Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. And this one doesn't go far. Matt Araiza on to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. The Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott just about set to get going on offense. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
You can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. Pushes it toward the sideline, and he has it. Feet are inbounds. So we have reached halftime in Super Bowl 59 from New Orleans. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. The Cowboys were treated to a fine first half from number 4, quarterback Dak Prescott. His touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Play action, Prescott. That's complete inside the 35. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Going with Elliott here. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Here's Zeke on the carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Dak off the play fake. Knocks it away. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Gay's kick is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Hardman with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They go play action, it's Mahomes. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Cowboys rush it in, and they bring him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So we're winding down to the end of the 2024 season. That's the end of 3 in Super Bowl 59. The Chiefs have it, and hopefully have some points too, ready to... 4th and forever coming up. Mahomes to throw for it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Throwing on first is Prescott. That finds Elliott complete. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Carry here for Elliott. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. One of the tight ends motioning left. Running the counter, Elliott. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And that will add to their score.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only 1 remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Hardman with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Motioning the tight end now. From the 28. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. To throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And the defense piles on at the end here as they take it back for the touchdown. The Cowboys have likely locked up the win right there. Step one is just making the hit, Brock. Step two, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get to step three, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy. A unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
And he's into the end zone. That play adds a couple more to their lead. So the turnover ends in 8 points on the board. A very advantageous spot to make the call and go for two.
I like it. In fact, I like it a lot. Those defenders, they were just sitting over there on the sidelines, and then boom, they got to get on the field. They just kind of scrambled their brains, didn't they? Took advantage of it, and as you said, didn't settle for 7. Oh, no. We're going to step on the accelerator and put 8 on the board.
This return makes it up to the 25. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First down throw, Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And he's tackled for a short gain. Gotta hurry this to the line.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. Timeout taken by Kansas City, it's second. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Mahomes. Into a crowd and a defender comes up with it. Trayvon Diggs has got it. And the Cowboys nearly take it back for a pick 6, but he's stopped at the very last moment.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And with just a lone timeout remaining across the field, they're going to be able to run out this clock on the victory. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Elliott. And he's brought down for a loss. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, here's Elliott. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Cowboys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys grow their lead yet again. Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. Hardman with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Trying to push it deep downfield. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Marquise Bell making the play. And that's it. Once again, the Dallas Cowboys are Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Goodell ready to make the presentation as the Lombardi Trophy returns to the Dallas Cowboys, your champions of Super Bowl 59. So that's a wrap on another incredible year of NFL coverage here on EA Sports. It was a memorable and very fun first year in the booth for myself and my partner in crime here, Mr. Brock Huard. Until next season, I'm Kate Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night from New Orleans.